Hey everyone, it is Kenya, also known as Red Angel, and I have decided today that I was going to begin my series of videos that are pretty much geared towards giving everyone a little bit of positive mojo to help them get through their day or even get their day started. Um, I'm pretty much a very positive person, and I've been through a lot of things in my life, and I try to share my experiences and help individuals get through whatever it is that they need to get through. So I find that I do have a gift for that, and I want to share that, the best way that I possibly can. Um, each morning I wake up and I get my cup of coffee and I meditate and I have my daily routine. And one of the things that I make sure to do is to really sit there and see where I am in life and gauge my internal process and progress. I don't think that enough of us spend enough time, by ourselves with ourselves. And it took me a long time to understand that even though I am, not in the presence of someone, I'm never alone. Um, I have the love of my family, my friends, my children, my fiance, all of those wonderful things, to help get me through whatever it is that I'm going through. But I also know I have to be strong enough to try to maintain and get through those things on my own. Um, this morning, during my meditation, I came upon a message that it had me a little stumped, so to speak. What I kept coming back to was, Kenya, you have to be who you really are. And I'm like, well, what does that even mean? I'm always who I really am. I'm always who I'm supposed to be. And I just kept going back to, Kenya, you're supposed to become who you really are, show everyone who you really are. And I'm like, what do you mean? I do every day. Every day I'm in front of someone. Every day I take a picture. Every day I smile. Every day I talk. But, as I began to meditate a little more, I went through and looked at some of my pictures from a couple years ago in my social media. And when I did, I looked at it and I looked into my eyes and I had no clue who that person was compared to who I am now. Um, yes, I looked a little different, but I, I couldn't find me. And it made me a little sad because I was just like, well, who was that person? Who was she? Why why did I hide behind so many different things? And what I mean behind that, I cloaked myself in the material. I cloaked myself in hair down to here and, makeup on fleek and nails, um, 3 inches long and heels 6 inches tall and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I was in fashion. I'm in fashion. So, you want to make a fashion statement. You want to look bold. You want to, come across as strong and empowered. But instead of those things being who I was, those were things that I hid behind from allowing people to see who I really was. Um, and, something happened over the past year of my life. A lot of those things were removed, and I had no choice but to be left with what you see now. And what I mean by that, the hair that I wore that was down to here, and there's nothing wrong with that. I admire, the different hairstyles, the weaves, the protective hairstyles, the braids, and all of those things. I still rock the braids. And trust me, I will put in a phony pony if need be. But I hid behind that stuff. And it came a point when certain things began to be removed from me that I could no longer hide behind them. The hair that I used to get and I wore down to here, my own natural hair became so damaged I had no choice but to cut it off. Now I wanted to you know, make the big chop. I was just too afraid, but in here I wanted to. And then my hair was so damaged I had no choice. So there went the weave. The next thing to go, I would have to say, would be the clothes. I was a good size 3, 4 forever. Okay. And I gained 15 pounds and no longer could fit a size 3 4. It's a size 8 9 for this chick, and I'm happy with that. I got a little something going on back there. So I'm pretty happy and healthy with that. But all of those clothes I gave away, gave to my daughter, who wears them proudly and looks great. And the next was um, my plush surroundings. Job changes and things happening. I could no longer afford to live where I was living, so were forced to live in a hotel for a couple of months. And then from there, I trained runway, and I wore heels and stilettos were my thing. I love shoes, and I would put them on and I go click clacking down the hall wearing them proudly. I might add, it made me feel strong and empowered. And then I sprained my ankle and I couldn't wear the shoes for a good 5 months. And I had to learn how to walk tall and be strong in my flip flops and my sneakers. And to be honest with you, I prefer flip flops over stilettos any day. You know, um, the next to go was the makeup. I ended up getting a sty on my eye, and I couldn't wear makeup for about 2 months. This thing would not go away, and I had to learn to appreciate me, my skin, and everything about me. And what that did was that made me transparent to myself. I didn't have these things to hide behind. And then, I started to come out of my shell even more. I'm pretty funny. I don't, know if you know this, but, I crack myself and a lot of other people up. Um, I enjoy the person that I see. I am very happy with being who I am. And if you are hiding behind something and there's something you want to bring out and someone you truly want to be it. Be that person. Um, those people who are supposed to be around you during that time, they'll be there while you go through your transition. Um, I found that the people who care about me the most are always there, through the good, the bad, the ugly, the long hair, the short hair, the undecided hair, all of that stuff. So I say that to say, you know, today and every day, look at yourself in the mirror and know that you are who you're going to be, become who you truly want to be. Let the world see you and fall in love with that person on a daily. And I'm learning how to do that, and I have to admit, I like that person a lot. I love who I am. I'm okay with being with myself, enjoying the things that I like to do, discovering who I really am, letting the layers just peel off. And I surprise myself on a daily. And, you know, I make mistakes like everyone else. Um, I'm a serial entrepreneur, which is not for the faint of heart. Trying to find a direction and find a way to maintain and support yourself and your family. You can hit a lull, and then you can bounce right back up. But during the whole process, continue to remain true to yourself first and foremost. And if there's nothing else that you'll learn from these series of videos that I begin to share, is that there is nothing wrong with being unapologetically you. Try saying that 3 times. Unapologetically you. And that's all you're put on this earth to do, is to strive, to prosper, to dream big, to manifest, to care, to nurture. And that's all from being exactly who you were meant to be. I'm still identifying all of my gifts, and I'm enjoying that process as well. So I hope this video gives you a little insight into who I am, and hopefully, will allow you to um, let who you are unfold. And, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You just begin, you just do it. So I look forward to sharing more videos with you. And I hope you join me again. I hope I didn't ramble too much. But again, just be you. in all your fabulousness. Just be you.